Hello everyone, it's your man Prince Josie, the energy icon of the universe, the Prince of Mars, the motivator and the inspiration. Welcoming you back to this edition of Star HTV Life Trends. And today I have here with me.
Thelma Taribo. Hello everyone, I'm Thelma Taribo.
Yeah, welcome to the show. This is your first time coming.
Yes.
Good to have you. Now today on this show we will be discussing the woman. This past Sunday was Mother's Day, right?
Yes.
So we'll be talking about the woman, the girl's child, and that is the struggles of a woman. That is today's topic. Now, I want to ask you, Thelma, how was or what is the significance of Mother's Day to you?
Well, I would say the significance of Mother's Day to me, it would be a day that we should all take our time to remember our mothers and the sacrifices they have made for us. Like everyone on the planet today
Yeah,
was given birth to by
yeah,
a woman.
yeah, definitely. And
Yes,
I would say the girl's child because every girl turns out to
to
become a
be a
mother
mother.
someday. You
Okay.
get so. So you celebrate your mom, I believe.
Yes, I
You
did.
celebrated your mom.
I did.
All right. So I want us to start this way because there is this story I heard like it was told to me by a friend.
Mhm.
She knows this or she knew this girl personally. Now, um, this girl, according to the story, according to what she told me, this girl is a friend to her elder sister, a close friend to her elder sister. So at a point, the girl wanted to leave, like her parents are in the village, okay? So she didn't want to stay with her parents. She wanted to at least come down to civilization, wanted to be in the city, start life, also
Explore.
explore. You get me? Try to at least build her life.
Yeah.
Obviously she does not like the situation in the village. You get
Yes.
it? So she wanted to change her story. Okay, and I believe that is the dream of every young girl. In fact, every person.
Should aspire.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So you want a new vision, a new life for yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
a new hope
Yeah.
for yourself. So she came down to Port Harcourt to start a new life and stuff like that. But at a point, she was having difficulty with accommodation. It's not easy. Accommodation is not really easy in Port Harcourt.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she was having issues with accommodation. She was staying with her aunt
Mhm.
at first. So at a point, let me just I just want to say it as it is. Now, the aunt was into this thing they call hookup, yeah. So the aunt wanted to like introduce her into it, but she didn't want it. You get so she didn't really like it.
Mm.
So and I don't know, maybe the aunt was like, but I'm here feeding you. You have to do something, right?
Yeah.
And she actually wanted to do something for herself, but
Mm.
she needed to settle down first. She was new to
Mm.
Port Harcourt. She was trying to settle down in Port Harcourt. So, but at a point, the aunt wanted to get married.
Mm.
The aunt got a fiancé. She wanted to get married, and the fiancé started coming down to their house to stay
Mm.
over, to sleep over, stuff like that. And the girl was in the house. I don't know the situation of the, but I'm thinking it's a self-contained. I'm
Oh.
thinking it's a self-contained. Where they all sleep
Stay
in
in
the
the
same
same
room.
room.
Yeah. So, according to the story, in the night, the fiancé of the auntie always try to harass her, try to touch her at night. That's this girl,
Yeah.
okay? So, but she didn't really say that too much because she doesn't want to really embarrass the fiancé of the auntie. You guess she
Mm.
did not really raise alarm. So, but at a point,
Mm.
the auntie noticed it.
Mm.
Okay, so when the auntie noticed it, the auntie was like, this normal, like, okay, you want to spoil my marriage. They
Mm.
always blame the girl.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, the fault is from her fiancé.
Yeah.
Okay, but normally they want to like, oh, okay. So the auntie was like, you can't stay here anymore. Obviously, because
Mhm.
the two of them cannot coexist because of the man.
Mm.
So the auntie was like, okay, you can't stay here anymore. You get me? So I'll look for where to stay for the meantime, for the time being. Okay. Then I will try to look for some money to gather for you so you can rent a place.
Mm.
Okay. So the girl had to leave the auntie and she was looking for a place to stay. So she was just in maybe this temporary kind of okay, squat here, and
Mm.
stuff like that. So at a point, she was a bit stranded. So that was how she now told this
Mm.
my friend's sister,
Yeah.
that Theo, can I stay in your place for a while?
Mm.
Okay, because I'm looking for a place to stay. But this her friend, she stays with her parents. Okay, so the dad did not agree.
Mm.
The dad did not agree. The dad was like, he does not want problems. Okay, yeah, you know these parents kind of things now. You know, so rightfully so. Okay, but however, the girl had no choice than to look for where to stay, stayed with some other girls. Okay,
Mm.
but at a point, she ended up staying in a brothel. You know, yeah, we know what a brothel means, right?
Yeah.
She ended up staying in a brothel because she had no choice. You get, you know. So she stayed there, and of course, she's staying there with someone. She had to do what they do. She has to do what they do. Okay, so she
Yes.
started doing the prostitution with them. You know, sleeping with men for money. Of course, that's the meaning of prostitution. Okay, at a point, she started doing drugs because they do drugs too. They smoke and stuff like that. Living those life, the kind of life they were living there in the brothel, the normal kind of life they live in the brothel.
Yeah.
So she did that for a while. So at a point, according to what the girl told me, that my friend, that the girl now broke her leg. I think they went for a club,
Mm.
and I think in the night. So I think they tried to jump. They tried to scale a fence. You know this night movement, and maybe they locked the particular gate that she was supposed to go in. That they were supposed to go into. So they had to jump the fence, and
Mm.
she broke her leg.
Mm.
Okay, broke her leg. So she started, even with the broken leg, she was limping and doing the prostitution or whatever to survive. Okay, with that broken leg. So at a point, she started getting lean, macheting and stuff like that. So she was still limping. According to the way the girl described it for me, that she saw the girl's name is Shinata. That I saw the last time I saw Shinata, she was limping and still doing her normal prostitution, following these bad boys, smoking and whatever. So just according to this, what she told me, that just yesterday, her sister told her that Shinata is dead.
Wow.
That the girl finally died after all the story, after all the struggles, after all she went through, finally died.
Yeah.
So you see what people go through. When when they told me this, I don't really know Shinata personally, but I felt it. You know why I felt it? Because there are many Shinatas out there.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So now you have heard this story. What can you say about it? What's your own opinion?
First of all, I think basically this is basically the story of most Nigerian girls.
Out there.
A lot of them did scale through and survive.
Yes.
But most of them also ended up in wrong situations.
Exactly.
They died.
Not everybody will be this lucky. To survive
such things. So this is always how it is. Parents, they send their kids from the village, or maybe you don't have anybody, you want to come out to town and
start something,
and there is really nothing to
Yes.
go on. And
Okay, now let's talk about her situation now. Now, was she wrong at first to decide to come to Port Harcourt and start life, leave her parents?
no,
What do you think?
she wasn't wrong. We all aspire to do better for ourselves, for our family,
exactly.
and the people we love, to take care of them. So it wasn't a bad thing.
It wasn't a bad decision.
It wasn't a bad decision. A lot of people do this. They migrate. They go out from their places.
And some of them succeed.
They
At
succeed.
the end of the day.
The problem with the system is the fact that there was really nothing for her to
do. She did not find the right people.
the right people,
The right network.
and the auntie that also brought her and agreed.
Wait, I didn't even say this part. The auntie stopped picking her calls. The auntie promised
Yeah,
that she was going to
get
help,
her.
help with money
Yes.
to get another accommodation. You get me? But at the point, the auntie stopped picking her call. The auntie stopped responding. You understand me? So when we don't really have those kind of people that will say, ah, okay, I can help. I'll see what I can do, and actually do do the little they can. And you're not being able to find those people, especially when you come to a place like Port Harcourt or Lagos.
Yes.
You know, those type of places, Abuja. There are a lot of young girls facing similar situation, or that must have faced similar situations, some even worse. Okay, and it's not everyone that is that lucky to survive such situations. Now, every one of us, including you and me, must have been through certain situations in our life, and you'll be like, what am I even living for? You get me? The situation whereby we just feel rejected. Okay, let me tell you this other story. Okay, now a friend of mine, this one is a friend of mine, but she was born, I think she was born with this deformity, this hunchback. I don't know if you have heard of this hunchback.
Yeah.
She's a very beautiful girl with pretty face and everything, you know. And I think she was interested in this modeling stuff. That was how I met her. Okay, so she's from I think Akwa Ibom State. So she went to Lagos. She stays in Lagos, and she was trying to start her life in Lagos. She rented an apartment. I think she was staying with a roommate before, but she was also staying on her own, you know. But she was going through a lot because her family is in Akwa Ibom State, and of course, comparing, please, those from Akwa Ibom, don't get me wrong, okay? But you know, there's this feeling that, okay, Akwa Ibom is more like Lagos is more city than Akwa Ibom. Port Harcourt is more city than Akwa Ibom. I don't want to put it in the wrong context, okay? But you understand what I mean, okay? So people from places like Akwa Ibom, people from places like Ebonyi State, they want to come to Port Harcourt, they want to come to Lagos to find a source of living, a good or a better, okay, greener pastures, okay, as the saying goes, okay. So she was staying in Lagos. She left her family in Port Harcourt, okay. She was going to school. She was working. She was even teaching. She was schooling in this teaching college. I forgot, this teachers college where I think they give them NC, College of Education. Yeah. You know. So, but at the point, I stopped hearing from her, you know, for some months, and I was like, what is going on? But I just felt, okay, maybe she's going about her duty, you know, she's busy and stuff like that, okay, you know. Suddenly, she contacted me and she was like, sorry, you have not heard from me for a while. I've been going through a lot. I've been going through difficulties. Like, everybody rejected me, my family rejected me, my friends rejected me, nowhere to turn to. That if you don't hear from me from tomorrow, I must have been, like, I must have taken my life. And I was like, what? What are you saying? I was like, calm down, calm down. You get? But I was able to encourage the girl, you know. I was able to, you know, I let her see a reason to leave. I told her that what you're going through now, do you know, you can actually write it as a book and tell other people your story. That do you know that your story can inspire other people going through this similar situation and be able to find strength through your story. You know, you can impact other people going through similar situation with your life. Come on, go through this. You can do this. Write a story about yourself. Do something with yourself. So that was how I talked to her. And I think was it not last year she graduated? I saw that they are passed out white and white, and I was like, this is someone that would have taken her life.
Yeah.
You understand? So a lot of people go through those kind of situations, and that's why I was saying there are a lot of sinners out there. So I want to get your opinion. Okay, now what you think a girl that finds herself in that situation, what steps do you think they need to take?
Well, personally, I also have, to be honest, I've also been through this stage before. I really wanted to move out of the country, and I was African countries like Ghana, and I went to a new place.
Just anywhere, as long as it's not Nigeria.
As long as it's not Nigeria. And I went to a new place. I don't know anybody there, and I had to. I would say first thing that you need to know. First of all, you should be realistic.
Okay, you actually traveled.
I did travel.
Okay, which country?
I went to Ghana. I went to
Okay.
Togo. I went to
Whoa.
Cotonou, through the road. I would say be realistic about your plans. That's one thing I did.
Realistic plans.
Realistic plans, not just
Not just imagining that, okay, this will happen and
that will happen. It won't happen like that. You're going to a whole different ball game. Everything is different. You should be realistic about your plans. And honestly,
And you know, some people just feel that, okay, if I go to this place, people care. Yeah, people will care about me. There's people will accept me. I will just get somewhere to stay. People will accept you. People only accept their family, like their direct.
Yeah.
You understand me? Even the people that even reject their direct family, not to talk of you that just
they don't know.
they don't know from Adam, and you feel, oh, they will accept you. They fear God.
It's not that they don't want to. It's just everybody is trying to be protective about their space.
And in their space and convenience. You know, it's not really, people are trying to manage themselves. You know, so bringing a total stranger to say, okay, come, let me.
That they don't know.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy.
It's not that easy.
Yeah.
Because even people have even tried that and they went into problems.
Big problems.
You
It doesn't always turn out.
So we should all take responsibility for ourselves. So I'm listening. We're listening.
So, like I was saying, first of all, the realistic plans. Secondly, obviously, if you're going to a new place, you're going to be banking on the fact that other people there might want to help you or might want to take advantage of you or whatever. But in all that, you should really look at the places you go out to meet people. Like personally, I see places like open spaces, churches, places that you can offer help. If you go to a restaurant in a new city, they always have jobs. They always have places that you can help, and they can spot you anywhere. That's unlike you banking on the fact that, okay, you're going to do prostitution or stuff like that.
I really don't have any option. You know, that is why it's good to give yourself options. Okay,
I really want Nigerian ladies especially need to understand that there are other means of survival. There are other ways to survive.
What about having skills?
Yes, having skills. You can work there. When I was in Ghana, I basically just go to restaurants. I help out. They give me food. Some were even nice. I met a Ukrainian woman in one hotel that actually kept me as long as I was helping her and I was doing. And right there, I did meet some other few people that were just kind also. And even if they expect something from me,
and that's because you're even lucky to meet those kind of people.
Yes, it depends on the area and the place. You're coming to a new city. You don't have anything to lose. Then why do you decide to go to maybe like the downtown part to stay and
where options are few?
Where you could go to an open city, people who are more advanced. This is what I did. I'm just telling you. First of all, if you know where Spintex is in Ghana, that's where I went, and I was able to make it somehow and come. I would say it's definitely not easy, but let's just be realistic about our plans first of all, and what you expect from people. People, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how wonderful you seem or helpful,
some people just assume that people are supposed to help. People will help.
No, you can just.
It's not like that.
Some people can help you for a few days, and you
already get tired.
They are tired. You need to find the next option. It's not their fault. They've done.
Okay, let me bring this up now. We have been talking about ladies. But do you know that there are guys too that go through such situations? You understand me? Coming out of, but then it's more risky for a girl, right? It's more risky for a girl. But I just want to say this, that guys also go through similar situations, and it's a two-way thing. At least the girls, they even have maybe the final option of maybe prostitution. Okay, maybe guys on the I'm not good as their final option.
I don't think.
But whatever it is, it does not end well. Are you getting me? It does not end well.
The guys also do it. Like when we were traveling, there were guys that were going to Ghana to go to meet other guys to do some work
Yeah.
and do some, and they got there and it was so hard and they were stuck there. I've been on the road sometimes and met kids 14, 15 that left Nigeria for greener pastures,
Greener
and
pastures.
they're basically stuck there because of maybe an agent or one thing. It's very risky out there.
Very risky.
If you're going to move out from your village or wherever to, even if it's Lagos is so scary.
Exactly.
It's so scary if you've not been
And
there.
some people will give them unrealistic promises. Okay, come and well. I've heard of a girl, still from Akwa Ibom. She came to Port Harcourt. Now, there is this particular lady. I think her mom, things were not really good for her, for the mom. You get it? So I think they met. She met this lady and they do, come and work in Port Harcourt. Come, you stay with me. You will do this one, you will do that. Not knowing that this lady just saw that the girl is a fine girl, fine small girl.
Yeah.
What the lady's mind is just come and do prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But the lady did not say you was come to Port Harcourt, leave this and come and work, come and also. It was when the girl came to Port Harcourt that the girl now noticed that it was what they call it now, prostitution or hookup that this girl was doing. This lady was, and the lady was like, you have to do this thing too, if not you leave my house. You get me? And that was how the girl refused to do it, and the girl left the woman's house. You get it? And she was patrolling around Port Harcourt. This was someone I saw, a girl I saw the girl. Because she now later came to stay in our compound with some group of boys, about 3 boys. So when the girl now even got stranded was when those boys were working for a madam. I think those boys came from Togo to Nigeria. They were fashion designers, so they were sent for their madam. So I think their madam was paying the rent of that place, and not even a good place. You get me? Kind of it's an uncompleted building in the compound. They just kind of this kind of basha kind of stuff. Okay, so the lady now rented that place for them. Okay, and so when this girl got stranded, this girl started staying with those boys. Okay, but when those boys had an issue with their madam, their madam said, people can no longer stay here. Okay, so the boys left, and the girl got stranded, nowhere to go again. I think the boys had to go back to Togo or something, but the girl got stranded, and she was not staying with another man in that compound. One random man that just, oh yeah, come stay, and you know what happens now. You know how that ends. So there are a lot of shinasas out there. So we'll take a break, another break, and when we come back, we'll try to conclude the show. Stay with us. Life Trends, and we are talking about the struggles of a woman, and we are trying to conclude the show. So I'm still here with Thelma. So now I want to still use the Shinasa as an example. Now, what could she have done better?
I would say to all the other girls, really, you should not even come out of your home if you don't.
If there are no good options there,
yeah,
like
if you don't have a plan, a support system, and you don't have skills, I feel like you should not even start it, because
there's something in engineering here, because I'm a trained engineer. There's something they call fail safe. Fail safe is like after every other option. Like let me give you an example now of fail safe. For instance, now if there is maybe an electric bridge here, okay, what can we do what's the last thing we will do to save our lives? You understand me? So that is called fail safe. Like if every other option fails, what is the safest thing? Yeah, that's our testing. What is the safest thing we can do? So always have your plan A, your plan B, and a fail safe. You understand me? So I'm not bringing it in.
But for most of these girls that come from the village, they don't even have a plan. They've never been in the city.
They just want to leave.
They've never been in the city. So how are they supposed to have a plan A, B, and then a fail safe?
Exactly. No, it's so, sometimes it might be so serious that you just want to leave. You just leave the village first. You understand me? But it's not a good thing. Even those that say they want to even travel abroad, listen, oh, even traveling abroad, say, okay, I want to go to the United States, the UK. What plans do you have? Where are you starting from? What skill do you have to say, okay, this is what I will be doing first? You get me? If I get the kind of job to do, this is where I will stay.
This is basically why
You
they
lost it
don't
from the
give
head.
they don't give visas in some of these countries except you have a full plan,
Now, what are you going
a
there to
job,
do?
a housing
Yes.
space before they even
Who
have
do you even know there?
Yes.
You understand? But I just want to go. But it does not work that way. And you know this feeling that the grass is always greener at the other side of the fence. It's not always true.
Sometimes there's no grass there.
There's no grass there. It's just an illusion.
Yeah.
So what's your final word before
I
we
would
go?
say, first of all, you can make ends meet wherever you are. I don't think it's a bad idea, or it's a completely out of box plan to want to move out and explore and find out greener pastures, so to say. But if you really don't have all the options and all the plans set out for yourself and how you're going to escape if this goes wrong, or that auntie says you should leave because you can't, let's just be honest, if your auntie is asking you to come from the village, and it's either you're coming to do house girl work or you're coming to do prostitution in this
Exactly.
Nigeria. It's either you're coming to do house girl work at the very best, or you're doing prostitution, or maybe you have a skill already, like you're a hairdresser, you're a this, and then she says she has a store to come and work for her. So if they are not
nobody will want to help you for your own benefit. It's for their benefits.
Yes. So if you don't have any of those kind of things, you should be content, because there's no grass that is greener on any side. Even people with money, when they come to cities like even Lagos is very wild. The first time I got in Lagos,
before sleep under the bridge.
Immediately I arrived, the taxi, they first moved my bag.
Imagine.
My box, my suitcase first of all disappeared. And this is me that had plan. I'm skilled.
Imagine.
And I was even raised in Lagos. It's just years later me coming back, and you just arrive at the distance and your suitcase is missing. So if you don't have plans,
what about
content?
What about, let's talk to mothers now, because from when we were off the studio, we were talking about the root of the problem, and it's from the family. Parenting.
Yes.
Poor parenting.
Yes.
Okay, especially mothers.
I'm not even saying it's mothers. It's
no. Listen,
both parents.
It's both parents. I know both parents, but see, mothers have a more serious role to play. Let's be honest.
Mothers have a more serious role to play, but so I'm being very honest.
See,
but
listen. Let me tell you. Do you know that it's easy for a man to be irresponsible?
Yes, but why are we accepting that you both have the children together? Why is it based on the woman to be responsible?
See the point I'm trying to make. That woman, you carried that baby for 9 months. You understand me? You went through a lot. You understand me? Can we now say because the father is irresponsible, let me now abandon the child? After your dad, don't.
No, let me just be honest and be serious. First of all, yes, the woman carried the child for 9. I'm not defending any side, but I'm trying to make a point. My point is that the family and the children grow better when the family is united. The family unit has to be, and the family unit is not the mother and the children. The family unit is both parents and the child.
That was why, Thelma, I said parenting. But do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking to mothers. Because of what we started with Mother's Day.
Yes.
You understand? It's a genuine appeal. Genuine appeal to them.
We are not even talking about outside the country. In Nigeria here,
because the mothers are the closest to the child.
Yes, it is. But in Nigeria, the mothers already play at least 70% role in the family, and it's not supposed to be like that.
Yes, but do you know? Thelma, see, do you know that? Let me put it this way now. There are a lot of children, ladies, guys, boys that maybe their father abandoned. This, their father was irresponsible, right? But if in those situations, their mother, there are a lot of them that their mothers decide to say, no, you must go to school, you must do this. Their mother will find maybe if it's to sell akara, to do bole, to do this one, to sell material, just to raise that child. Mothers do it.
Okay, what if in a situation where there are more than one children? When they are in the village, they have kids up to nine,
Yes.
six.
No, see what I'm trying. See the point I'm trying to make. You understand? I'm not putting blame on anyone. Do you understand me? What I'm saying is, do you know why I say I'm trying to say that, like the role, the power of the mother's role in the life of that child. That's what I'm trying to point out. You get me? Now, do you know that? Okay, no, I don't want to bring up that scenario. You know what I'm trying to say is, in those situations, if there are some mothers that will say, I will do what I can to take care of you. I will do the little I can. I will manage. You understand me? Some of those children still turn out really good. You get me? But do you know that because it's very difficult for a father, listen, to raise a child solely than for a mother to raise a child solely. Because if it's just the father that is there, the father will not even have that time.
Why?
The father will still do. No, let's just be realistic. Man, no, let's be realistic. Thelma, you know, there's something I like about this show. We need to be realistic. Now, the man would want to have another wife. You understand me? Or side chick or girlfriend.
This is why it doesn't work.
Yeah, it does not. You understand? But I'm just trying to point it out.
Yes.
Okay. Now, because of that, the child will be left alone. Are you getting me? So it's easy for the child, for the father to just abandon the child. Maybe not like intentional, but because of other things. Oh, no, you are taking care of yourself. I was saying this, but the mom naturally, it's like kind of instinct to want to be there for the child. You understand? For the children. So, see, listen to me. There are a lot of things that my mom told me when I was growing up. That because it was my mom that said that, my mom was like, I don't like smoking, I don't like that smoke. Because of that whisper that she said, the way she said it, I never smoked, even during my time in school. You understand? Where I did my university was a kind of rugged school where they smoke. Guys, as a guy, if you're not smoking in that uniport, you understand me? But I avoided those because the whisper of my mother. It's very, very powerful. The woman. Okay, I was watching a video. You know, I think a veteran in the US, like a retired US Army, very huge guy, and you know most of them they have this PTSD. Okay, because of what they went through in the war, Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, so I think he had an accident. Okay, so the police came. You know, so they were trying to test him for alcohol. You know, they will check if maybe you were drinking and driving, and so they were trying to. So he was pissed off. He was like, I'm a veteran. I served this country. I did this. I did that. At the point, he got physical, and it was very huge. It took even the eight police officers were trying to hold him. It was impossible. But I think somebody now contacted the wife of that man. And when the wife called, hello, hello, baby, calm down, close your eyes. And that was how this man calmed down, and the police had to arrest him. Because if he remained violent, something would have happened because the police they had the right to pull the trigger. You get it? But it took the wife. And it's so women it's a serious situation. So we are out of time. This topic is a really emotional topic, you know, that we need to talk about. Okay. So I think on another episode we will talk more about this. So thank you very much, Thelma. It was wonderful
It's
having you
nice
on this show.
being here.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
viewers, that is it on today's episode of Star Edge TV Live Trends, and we were talking about the struggles of a woman. So it's your man, Prince Josie, the energy icon, the Prince of Mars, the voice of purpose, signing out. Thank you.